As the bye week continues for Ron Rivera and the Commanders, we take a look at the remaining schedule to see if a potential playoff berth is on the horizon. One of the reasons Washington finds themselves in the middle of the playoff hunt has been the play of the offensive line. Tackle Charles Leno Jr. joins our captain, London Fletcher, to discuss his season. And Commanders' first-round pick scored his first touchdown since Week 2 against New York. We pair him up with another legendary wide receiver for another episode of Commander Code. And welcome into Command Center. Julie Donaldson, Logan Paulsen, Santana Moss. The bye week is here. What will you gentlemen be doing, spending your time with, Logan?
I will probably be at a hockey tournament with my son because that's what he does every single weekend. So that's what I'll be doing. Kind of relaxing, different kind of relaxing.
I'm sure I'll find something to do. Probably get away for a couple of days.
Go to Cabo?
Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Go home,
That's
see
not
the
bad.
family.
Yeah.
Maybe actually just sit back and
What are you
enjoy
doing?
watching Sunday football.
What are you doing for your bye week?
Oh, I'm packing.
Oh, you're moving. That's right.
Yeah, I'm packing. Anybody want to come help? Let me know. Let me know.
Too bad I won't be
Santana's-
around.
I was going to say Santana already offered his services, but then you see how genuine that really was. Hey, look, it is time to get away from work, take a few days off, and the team certainly needs that because it is Week 14. They head into the bye week coming off their best 8-game stretch since 2016 season, where Washington also went 6-1-1. One of the reasons for their success has been the play of the ground game. They won 4 straight games of at least 150 rushing yards. And defensively, the Commanders have held opponents under 25 points in 12 of their 13 games overall. So here's a look at the remaining games on the schedule. A reminder that Washington's Week 15 game against the Giants has been fixed to Sunday night, making it a short week heading out to San Francisco on Christmas Eve. Then Washington closes out the year at home with games against Cleveland and Dallas. So let's go over these games and talk about what Washington needs to do. It's inside the matchup presented by FanDuel. This fantasy football season, get more ways to win with FanDuel. A playoff push, that is what Washington is wanting to do with these last 4 games of the regular season. And it's not going to be easy because these are going to be some tough outs, the teams that they're going up against. And it starts at home Sunday night, the whole world watching against the Giants. Santana, we already just saw them. We saw how closely this game was played. What needs to happen differently for a win?
Well, I think offense, we need to move the ball a little more efficiently. We got to be better on third down. Defensively, Daniel Jones, he finds a way to get, conversion after conversion. I think he was the only, reason why they stayed in that game. I think we was playing better than them on both sides at one point, but Daniel Jones found his rhythm. So offensively, we need to move the ball on third down, convert those third down. Defensively, slow Daniel Jones down, and we should come out on top.
Yeah, I think if you look at the way this team has played in the win streak, I think they've done an excellent job of limiting mistakes. That's something you always talk about. And they had a lot of mistakes in this game. They had a lot of penalties, turn the football over a little bit. They need to limit that. When you're playing a team that's your mirror image, you need to be the more efficient team. So hopefully they get that done in the second matchup.
Daniel Jones has a lot of his success against Washington. 71 yards on the ground cannot happen again. And then it's a short week to go out to San Francisco on Christmas Eve. Logan, no Jimmy Garoppolo as he broke his ankle, so they're on to what will be their third quarterback.
Yeah, still, it's one of the best teams in the NFL. They have one of the best offensive play callers in the league. They have Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. I mean, that is a Pro Bowl caliber offense right there. Trent Williams on the offensive line, and then their defense is the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. So this is, even though Brock Purdy's starting a quarterback, and that is an advantage for this team, they are going to be a stiff challenge for sure.
Logan just named all those guys, high-powered skill guys. You have probably the number 1 defense in the league. The Bosa brother, he's one of the better DNs in the league. I think this is one of those playoff caliber football games. They have to bring their playoff hats, be ready to go.
And then you get the Cleveland Browns' Deshaun Watson, a little rusty in his first outing, first time this season coming back, understandably so, but they still won, Logan.
Still won. I think he's got to knock the rust off a little bit. They are struggling a little bit. They're not quite the same caliber as San Francisco. Should be a winnable football game.
Chubb. That's all I got to say. Stop Chubb.
Yeah.
Right, stop the run game, which Washington does pretty well against.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it is going to be a strength of this team. They don't give up a lot of yards on the ground. Santana, we close it out against the Cowboys. Talk about drama.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what the Cowboys have or don't have. I think one of those division, matchups, it's just who the better team that day. And I feel like the first time out up there in Dallas, we had a chance, and we found ourselves shooting ourselves in the foot a lot, and that game got out of hand at some point. This time around, we should be flying high and feeling good about ourselves. I'm speaking that into existence right now. And we should go up there, or they should come down here and be ready for a rude awakening, because we're going to come out on top victorious.
Yeah, and I think to Tana's point, it was a close game, and this team has established their offensive identity since then, running the football. Dallas is not excellent at that. They are excellent at rushing the passer and playing coverage. So if you can stay out of those third and long situations, which is always challenging to do, I think you're going to put yourself in a much better spot, because I think defensively they match up very, very well with that Dallas offense.
Yeah, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Get to see him this time
see
around.
Him live in living color.
Talk about the NFL just scripting it up for some good old drama to end the season. We'll see. It could very well come down to that final game on who gets to live well beyond, and if Washington gets to play beyond that game as well. A bit of good news here for the Commanders, as left tackle Charles Leno Jr. has been selected as the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Considered to be one of the league's top honors, the award recognizes players for their outstanding community service activities off the field, as well as excellence on the field. Leno has led Washington's offensive line unit that has seen much improvement in the ground game as the season has progressed. Earlier this week, he caught up with our captain, London Fletcher.
Here with Charles Leno. You guys have won 3 straight and 6 of the last 7. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Trying to just be out here on the practice field, clean up all the details that we got to keep getting better at. Keep coming out here with the same mentality. Focus on those details. Coach just preached that to us today. It's all about the details. That's the thing that carries us to win these games.
You guys rushed for a season high 176 yards against the Falcons, and over the last 7 out of the last 9 games, you've also rushed for over 100 yards. What has been the key to success on the ground?
Success on the ground is a collective effort. It comes to the offensive line, tight ends, running backs, and receivers. It's a collective effort. Everybody out there, it's a will. When they know you're going to run the ball and you're still able to run the ball, that's just a collective effort from the whole offense, committing to it.
Yeah, not only having success on the ground running the ball, but in pass pro, 0 sacks allowed in the last 2 games. What's been the key to you guys in pass pro?
I think that's a combination of running the ball. The defense doesn't get a beat on what we're about to do. They don't get to pin their ears back and call all these blitzes and stuff like that and put us in a position where we're backpedaling. We can go out there and attack.
As you look at this offensive line, you guys have dealt with a lot of injuries throughout this season, but yet, no matter what, especially lately, you guys have played at a high level. What does that say about you guys' unit, having dealt with so many different players coming into the lineup?
Yeah, like we said, different players coming into the lineup. We had a lot of different turnover, you know what I'm saying, so early in the year. So now we got some continuity. We got some guys that's sticking in some spots. We're able to have some continuity, and that helps with the offensive line. It's 5 guys working together.
Recently, it was announced that you're the Commanders' 2020 Walter Payton Man of the Year.
2020?
I'm sorry, 2022. Yeah.
I don't think I was on the team at that time, bro.
2022 Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. What does that award mean to you?
It means a lot. First and foremost to the team, and people who voted for me. And then secondly, just the work I do in the community. I love giving back to the community. I've been doing it ever since I was in Chicago to here, back in my hometown in Oakland, California. It's just part of me. I love giving back, and I know where I came from. That's the reason why I do it.
Yeah, and I know your wife and you are involved with doing a lot, and you mentioned doing work back in your community. Why is it so important to you?
First and foremost, I love the smiles that I put on others' faces. People who are in tough situations, tough positions, people who don't have or don't have the means to. I love putting smiles on other people's faces. It lightens up I see it lighten up their day. It lightens up my day too.
Recently, you got to play the role of sportscaster.
Yeah.
You pushed that guy pretty hard, man. Don't be pushing on me.
You can handle it. You can handle it.
How much did you enjoy that? And is that something you could possibly see yourself wanting to do once you're done playing?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. I just love being back there on the stage and seeing how everything's run, the production aspect of it. It was really cool. And do I see myself doing that? I didn't think so, but a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people told me, I can see you doing that, and now I might have to do some more in the offseason.
Yeah, definitely. I can see the Charles Leno show taking fold and coming into fruition. Last question. You've played and started 122 consecutive games. What has been the key for you, not only playing in those games and starting in those games, but also playing at a high level?
Yeah, I think the number one thing to me is taking care of your body. I remember my vet back in the day when I was in Chicago, Jamon Bushrod. That was one thing he kept preaching to me when I was a rookie and a second-year player. He was like, make sure you take care of your body, And that's not only just, doing the things, eating right and stuff like that. That's being in the weight room, making sure you're getting extra treatment outside of of the building. People don't understand. Like, we don't work just here. You work at home. You're doing things at home. You're taking care of your body in every single aspect and every single way. And then also it's toughness too. You know, there's some games where I wasn't supposed to play, but you got to fight through it, and I'm doing it for my teammates.
I lied. I got one more question for you. So your wife, she has that hat that says 70, your number on it, and it says "Run the damn ball."
Yeah.
Can we expect to see more of those hats around here? And what does that say about the mentality that that your wife sees it, and you guys as an offensive line wanting to run the ball?
Yeah. You can definitely see some more hats coming. I think she has some in the work right now. But no, just the mentality of running the ball. Running the ball is a physical aspect. You know what I mean? When you're able to run the ball, like I said, when you know we're running it, you know how it was at linebacker. When the team is running the ball on you, you're like, we know what they're doing. We need to stop it. It's like taking somebody's manhood, you know? So that's something that we're trying to do and establish here. And it's been really fun.
All right, man. Make sure you have me as a guest on the Charles Leno Show.
I got you. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Still to come, Commanders rookie Jahan Dotson has impressed with 5 touchdowns on the field, but we catch up with him off the field on our latest episode of Commander Code. It's next.
3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Heineke's going to throw again, steps back underneath. Open Dotson at the 20, turns the corner 15, spins at the 10. He's going in. Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! Unbelievable catch and run by Jahan Dotson!
Out the rookie, he came in with 4 receiving touchdowns. We said it's been a while since we've seen him in the end zone. Yes, sir, number 1.
No, I've not seen these yet, so this is pretty cool. This was like a shout out to my mom, you know, with my mom going through cancer, really tough on her, and I really just wanted to give her a shout out and let her know that I'm recognizing her with this game, and what better way to do that than with partnering with the American Cancer Society.
Basically, the cleats I wear every week, but with a little remix to them. Got the pink going on at the bottom. Got American Cancer Society right here. Then got my mom's name right here. Real simple, but very touching and effective for me. So it's big to just be representing my mom and having her name on my cleats when I play the game that I love.
Now, Dotson was just one of over 75 Commanders players, coaches, and team executives that wore custom cleats for this year's My Cause, My Cleats campaign last weekend in New York. The individually designed cleats represent a cause near and dear to the players' hearts. You can learn more about each Commander's cause and how to bid on the cleats by visiting commanders.com/MCMC. Bidding will close on Wednesday, December 14th. Well, it's pretty cool to watch Jahan Dotson's transition to the NFL. And when you watch his game and the moves he makes, it's hard not to think about another player that had an impact in our nation's capital, Santana Moss, number 8 to the 9. So we thought it'd be pretty cool to pair the rookie with the legend for a conversation that we call Commander Code. Check it out.
Who's your favorite wine?
That's tough.
I'm sure it's a good list of guys, but who's that guy that's, you say, out of all guys, they on the top?
I was so big on Reggie Bush. He just like influenced me to, because I didn't really start playing receiver until I got to high school.
So he was just a guy that you saw with the ball.
He was the guy that really, I felt like.
But you saw him do it in the slot too, so he was the guy.
He could do it out the backfield. Like he did everything. You know, when he was at USC, like I remember watching him. That USC team was crazy. Yeah, Wendell White, all those guys. But Reggie Bush, the 5, like the swag he had, the swag he played with, and him just making plays. I feel like he was one guy who really stood out to me.
I'm gonna call out one single guy. I'm gonna say, if I had to say a single guy, I say Revis, man. Revis was I played Revis as a rookie, and that was my first game back in New York playing against my old team. I think I had a productive game. We won. I caught some balls on Revis. He actually fell on my heel, and I missed 2 games because of that. I got a good friend of mine who stays up here because of me. He came up here with me, and this dude from Pittsburgh, you facing today, he's the real deal.
Right.
I ain't paying no attention to him. I came home, I said, man, who the hell was that?
My thing about Revis, like he doesn't have insane speed. Like what makes him Revis.
Patient. Bro, when I say patience, after I played him like a second time, when I got past him a couple times, I said, okay, I see the safety cheating, but he playing his job so well, you would think they in man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He beat me up so well in the line of scrimmage that, well, damn, I'm not even in man. This guy, this is man under right now. I see him chilling and the safety over top. So, okay, I'm getting a little more respect than I thought. But he just was good, bro. Like, he knew how to stay in front of you. By the time you got by him, the quarterback got to get off you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to go right now. See, I don't want Big Day head up too much, you know.
Go ahead, Big Day.
I know they're going to watch this, and then I'm going to have to hear about it in the locker room. But I'm going to give 2 shout-outs real quick. I'm going to keep it in the receiver room. Diami Brown. My boy put it on. He put it on. Okay. And then,
I didn't expect that one.
Like, I feel like as a skinny guy, it's hard to really swag when you're a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different swag.
Let me see if you can talk about the guy who I just talked to today.
It's hard. So I'm going to go Daron Payne.
Bro.
I'm going to go Payne.
I just told Payne we got to call him the new swaggy.
Nah, Payne put it on.
Payne, did I not tell you the new swaggy? Stamped by this guy, I'm telling you.
Payne put it on.
Wow. Yeah, that's big. That's what's up.
Game day details are delivered by Paisanos, where you get buy one, get one large pizzas on Commanders Game Day and free toppings for extra points on Monday. Order online at paisanospizza.com. Details for Washington's Week 15 game have been announced, so the primetime game for the Commanders, as the game against New York has been flexed to Sunday Night Football with kickoff scheduled for 8:15 p.m. You can watch the action on the NBC, or if radio is your deal, make sure you catch Bram Weinstein, London Fletcher, and myself on Big 100 or streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Well, nothing beats seeing the team live in person at FedEx Field, and we have a special deal for you because when you purchase your ticket to Washington's next home game against the Giants, you'll receive a limited edition Love Your Melon beanie, starting at just $65. Visit commanders.com/loveyourmelon to purchase yours today. Coming up next, the Commanders' hot streak has them in the mix for a spot in the postseason. We reveal the keys that will keep Washington in the hunt when we return.
Big into your fashion. We're going to have you kind of take us through some of your outfits on game day.
All right. Well, this first fit, probably, I think this is the last game with the mask on. I just, that's like a little Travis Scott fit. It come together. I just put a hoodie on.
Nice J's. I like the J's.
I'll do it with Travis Scott.
You had the cargo stuff on, man. You came ready for war. So that's what
I was raining. It was raining outside, so I just put on something that was comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, now, look, I'm going to be real with you. Like I told you before, I like to go out there and get some nice, threads here and there, man. But you know what you're doing with them, man.
I try.
Next fit.
Next fit with the boots on and the trench coat.
That's clean. That's a clean one right there.
Yeah, that's sophisticated right there.
Yeah, that's a little business day type vibe.
What game was that?
Texans,
okay. Yeah, because you had to come and say, okay, we just went out here and took care of the number 1 team in the league and in our division. So we're going to come here and let you know we ready for business.
Yeah, put a little, suit on. Then
business savvy.
Got the one with me and Cam. This ain't nothing. This something regular.
Yeah,
just jeans, Jordans, and
y'all still was fly now. Come on.
Yeah, we was fly.
Anytime you can throw on the colors, you got when you coordinating like that, you fly now. Don't go tell me it's regular.
Right.
Yeah. That's what regular.
What he said, it's regular, though. It's like it's just regular, man.
So
It's
basically, he's saying he fly every day.
Right, exactly.
Well, this Saturday, NBC4 is the place to be for Commanders fans. You can catch Daron Payne's appearance on the Players Club, 7:30 p.m., but make sure you are already tuned in because starting at 7, we hit the film room with Coach Ron Rivera to break down all the action from the field on Command Center. Coach Commands with Ron Rivera. And if you missed it, you can catch both shows on our team website and YouTube channel. Time for our keys to winning, presented by the Maryland Lottery. Play fast, win fast with fast play games from the Maryland Lottery. And as it stands right now, Washington is half of a game out of the final playoff spot in the NFC. So what do they need to do to make sure that they can make the postseason? Let's go over to Santana and Logan. Tana.
Well, Logan, I'm not going to make this thing too long. The main thing is the main thing. And the first out the gate, we have to beat the
Have to
Giants.
beat them. Like, this is first thing, right?
We can't talk about none of this other stuff unless we go out there and handle these guys,
Absolutely.
off this bye. I think the first game proved to us that we can play with them, they can play with us.
Right.
Evenly matched. But we got to go out there. We're going to play at home. Our fans going to be there. We're going to be rocking. You heard Jay Allen. He want everybody there. We're going to dominate these guys. Then we can talk about all this other stuff.
Yeah, and I think this leads nicely into my point. This is continue developing an offensive identity. I think everyone knows that they want to run the football. They're good at running the football. But how do you keep developing your play-action pass game, your keeper game, your quarterback movement stuff to kind of supplement that pass game, get those playmakers involved? Jahan, Curtis, Terry, get them some touches. Logan Thomas we talked about. I think these go hand in hand, right? It's going to be a critical factor to beating the Giants.
So you notice how I kept this thing real simple.
Yeah.
I said we had to beat the Giants, then you say handle each opponent week by week.
It's true, though.
On
It's
to
true.
the next week.
Yep.
Now, when you handle business here, you're riding high, you're flying high. You want to go out there and dominate that opponent. You're going to have the San Fran 49ers.
Yeah.
Those guys are there. To me, probably the toughest team in the division.
Yes.
In the NFC.
Yeah.
NFC division. So
Yeah.
we have to make sure that we go up there with our hard hats on and dominate those guys, and then we can talk some more business.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about playoffs, right? You got to win all these games to get in, right? So defense continues to look for edges. I thought they did an excellent job against Daniel Jones in the last matchup of kind of throwing some coverage wrinkles, throwing some different front looks at him that confused and confounded him, and put the defense in a good spot. Against San Francisco, you better believe you're going to need these.
Yeah.
That's one of the best offenses in the league. I don't care if they're starting a rookie quarterback. Confuse, confound him, put yourselves in a good spot so the defense or the offense can play with that identity we talked about earlier.
Speaking of that NFC West,
Yeah.
you have San Fran. You say they're going to be probably the favorites
Yeah,
over there. Then you have Seattle, might be the second.
Yeah.
I think that second place team is going to probably be the deciding factor to see where we fit in there.
Yes,
If they handle their
that's a great
business,
point.
if their record's better, that might push us out. But I think we still have things going on outside. So, hey, like I said before, if we handle our opponent in front of us, we should be able to find ourselves in the dance.
And with this one, if you beat San Francisco, you add that even more, right? So, Julie, back to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is one game at a time. All 4 games, though, most important. Do your jobs, guys. And we'll be talking about the season well beyond that final Cowboys game. Thanks for joining us on Command Center. We'll see you next week.